everybody. Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome back to the Bleav in Iowa State podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Carter.
And I'm your host, Cody Vincil.
Cody, welcome back to the show. Um, we're gonna talk about a few things today, but today we are going to be talking. It's going to be pretty football heavy, so we are going to do a recap of Iowa State football media days. So, is there anything about football media days that you found interesting? Maybe some videos that you wanted to check out because there was a lot of interesting tidbits, especially the interview with Rocco.
Right off the video of Rocco, but I just found this quote here from Matt Campbell talking about the two tight ends, Benjamin Bramer and Gabe Burkle. So I have the quote here from Saturday, and this is one of the quotes that had in his presser where he gives praise to what Ben Bramer and Gabe Burkle have done and the effort that they've put in. Obviously, just in short, it basically just talks about like the preparation that the tight end room has had and what the example from Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins set
Mm-hmm.
for everybody in the locker room and especially the tight end room. And it looks like Matt Campbell's speaking highly of this tight end room, and I can agree that I'm looking forward to this tight end room being huge contributors to this offense and this team in the coming year. We've talked about it nonstop, but it just shows that like the guys are they're all they're all ready. They're still invested, even with coming off the heels of what was a historic season for Iowa State.
Oh, yeah, and you're totally right, Cody. I think the thing for me, even when we had Jake Brendan about now, like 2, 3 weeks ago, one thing that I was just really excited about is that this team is hungry. Like they are not satisfied. Like, yeah, they're happy that they won 11 games and won a school record 11 games, but they're not satisfied. Like, they want to go for that Big 12 title, and they sort of have like a quiet confidence about them, which for me, it definitely makes me a lot more confident in this team's abilities to be able to make it back to Arlington. But yeah, also I'm gonna share my screen real quick, but uh we're gonna have to look at Charlie Hustle real quick because did you see the shirts that they just put out for Ireland? Because
No,
those
I
things
haven't yet.
are amazing. Hold on, hold on. These things are beautiful. All right, let me share my screen and we're gonna show you. I'm gonna show you them. Yeah, look at these.
Oh, I see it. Oh, okay.
These might be good ones to cop. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Those are looking pretty nice and love the limited edition. And again, I'm loving the fact that we're like, it's not just the athletics themselves; it's everybody else. Well, everybody embracing the old, like the retro logos because it's nice to see. I'm seeing it more often now that it's not just like it's becoming a thing where we're using our retro logos, and I really love that for our branding.
bro, it definitely shows off how many like like great logos that we can actually use. Can you imagine this? The angry side foot one in the middle of the football field. That'd be amazing.
That would be pretty
Like,
cool. I wonder how much like it would take a good amount of time to really get like we know how like midfield logos are, but that would be really cool to see. Just walking side across midfield, and then what you could possibly do is maybe you do script cyclones in one of the end zones, and then maybe you can do like script Iowa State because I know we have something like that, or who knows, some could come up with like somebody and the university can come up with the script Iowa State.
no, definitely, man. I was thinking about that. A script Iowa State would be fire. I wonder how that would look. That would be pretty cool.
Let me see if so I'm trying to see because did you I don't know if you watched like Penn State
Mm-hmm.
last year. What I watched a good amount of the games last year, and one of the things that I did notice was so they had a whiteout against Washington
Yeah.
last season, and I am trying to find it. Let me see if I can find an image of it, but uh But let's see here. But they had like a there was a script. There was like a script for Penn's
Uh-huh.
like let me. It's taking a while, but I just remember watching. I'm like, and then I think I saw it too on the it was on the volleyball jerseys too. They had it on the volleyball jerseys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I was watching their team a lot. Hold on. Yeah. For
All right, one.
reference, yeah, I'll show it
Yeah.
for reference. Sorry, it took a while to find.
No, no worries.
But yeah, it kind of looked like this.
See, yeah. Yeah.
hmm I don't remember if this is the exact one, but there was something like it. I'll show you like off air. But yeah, and we know obviously we seen Iowa with their baseball squad. They had a nice script. Like I think I'll say with
Uh-huh.
the basketball jerseys actually. So just imagine we had like the script cycles to add on to the or script Iowa State to add on, but that's a pitch for another day.
Yeah, pitch for another day. I'm pretty sure they'll come up with that at some point. There are a few things from the football page that I did want to share. One thing is that Rocco is definitely getting some preseason praise. I don't know if you knew this, Cody, but Rocco is on the Maxwell Football Award watch list. So the Maxwell Award is usually like to the most outstanding quarterback. So Rocco is looking to be one of the top quarterbacks in college football. So he's being recognized as a guy that could possibly win the Maxwell Trophy.
Yeah, and I mean the growth continues, and it's I wouldn't be surprised if he's on there. Like the way he's developed the last 2 years as the starter for Iowa State, if he continues trending up, then yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if by midseason he's on the list of guys to contend for the Maxwell.
Excuse me, the Maxwell is for the most best overall player in the sport. So yeah, he's definitely a top player when he's really on. And then we
Yeah,
have some more action from training camp. We're gonna see Jalen Noel has been. Let's look at this. Bro, showing out, man.
yeah. Wait. Did it like go up? Yeah, eight. So that's not C.J. Stroud. I think that's actually I guess I saw in the comments. Apparently, it's Graham Mertz throwing the football.
Graham Mertz, what?
Yeah, it might have been. Check the replies. Check the replies.
All right, 1 second.
Because
1 second.
I believe, yeah, Graham Mertz got drafted to the Texans.
All right, 1 second.
Yeah. So yeah, there's C.J. Stroud. Yeah,
There it is.
yeah. Let's see. I could be mistaken, but apparently, yeah,
Yeah, Mertz.
Graham Mertz.
Wow.
That would be quite a connection. Yeah, if that was the Graham Mertz. He put that in the bucket. That was perfect placement by Graham Mertz.
Yeah, I mean, and as a QB3, that's insane. That's great ball placement.
And who knows? Maybe Graham Mertz could be the backup QB, and like say in the event or she CJ Stroud goes down, then I probably won't be missing too. Like you'll probably missing a good amount, but you could still maintain with Graham Mertz.
Right. I mean, and then you have a loaded receiving room with Nico Collins, Higgins, and Noam. So I mean, like you don't really be missing a beat if he's having ball placement like that. Watch out, like that's insane. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at more things football. Obviously there's more things out. There's pictures out from the past weekend. Hold on 1 second. I don't know if I'm sharing. Yeah, I'm not sharing this. But 1 second, we're gonna put that up. Show some pictures. We got Big Citrus in action. That looks like,
I didn't see the number, but
yeah, sort of looks
yeah,
like Carson Brown. I can't tell.
maybe.
And that looks like Ben Brammer, but I'm not sure. And that is, it looks like, sort of looks like Bo Goodwin. But they are getting after it right now. The boys are working hard.
Yeah, dude. And I'm telling you right now, this weather, like, look at the weather report for the state of Iowa
Okay.
past few days. The past few days have been
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I heard a soundbite in one of the videos from practice that it was going to be like 96 when the boys are practicing. So
Oh yeah, I got that video for we're gonna play that real quick. That makes it so exciting.
yeah, dude, we're Like, we're still in the calendar because I think honestly, oh yeah, I think we showed. I know we showed. Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton decided to visit the boys over the weekend. That's the image of Tyrese Halliburton with Matt Campbell. I mean,
Two icons. I love it.
yeah. And then speaking of Tyrese Halliburton, let's say the Hill Magic was certainly in the air for
Yes.
Halliburton. Uh,
Hold on, we're gonna go there.
see if I can find it. Yeah. So breaking literally just about what was it? A few hours ago, it was Tyrese Halliburton is now officially an engaged man. Here he is right here in the middle of Hilton Coliseum. And where else would you do this proposal if you're Halliburton other than center court in Hilton Coliseum?
This is the definition of a true Iowa Stater. Really, like making a doing the proposal in the middle of center court at wow,
At Hilton
that's
Coliseum.
amazing at Hilton Coliseum. That's so that's very very romantic.
Mhm.
That's insane.
Yep.
Congratulations from the Bleav in Iowa State podcast crew. Congratulations, Tyrese. We hope that you have a great marriage and it lasts forever.
Yep. And but there's more.
But
Brock,
wait, there's more.
you see here, yeah. Brock Purdy. Yep. Brock Purdy is officially a father.
Man,
This came out of nowhere, honestly. I don't think any of us like
wow.
noticed.
No, never even knew until I'm like, wait, Brock Purdy is a dad? What?
They re- Brock and Jenna really kept this under wraps because I don't think I didn't see more than one post from either of them that alluded to uh to Brock Purdy being a dad. But now here we are. Brock Purdy is now a father. World are we living in? The same, and this happened in the same day. And I saw this like post that said like Brock Purdy and Tyrese Halliburton went from being classmates in a random freshman finance class, and they're now ruling their sport and they're ruling in life.
They are. I mean, it's awesome to see. I feel like we're like a part of their family. Obviously, we're not, but like,
Yeah.
it's really really
Yeah.
amazing to see.
I even saw a tweet that said like, you know how it's how the mission statement at Iowa State's choose your adventure. It's right now. It's just choose your life partner, find your partner at Iowa State or something like that. So
Basically,
at this point, I think the university's playing some sort of matchmaker.
I mean, yeah, I feel it.
I wouldn't be surprised that like those two couples went camping kneeling at some point.
They probably yeah, they probably did. And then we have some more news or some more clips that we wanted to show you guys just from some NFL guys. I don't know if you saw this. Um, what was it? A few days ago, I believe now, when Charlie Kohler was at camp and the kids were running up to him and asking for his autograph. It was pretty a pretty cool moment.
Mhm.
We're gonna show that right now. Man, that's awesome.
Charlie Kohler is living it up in Baltimore.
He really is. It's the perfect spot for my. I wanted him to be there at 128 for Dallas, but hey, he's doing good in Baltimore right now. So good for him.
Yeah,
And he had a pretty good year last year too.
yeah, he had too bad of a year. I believe it was what tied in two or three.
Yeah, he is tight end three.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's behind Mark Andrews and then Isaiah Likely.
Yeah,
Okay, but I mean, hopefully, like with that, I mean Lamar Jackson. I mean, Charlie, like his role has been cemented pretty well, and he's done well. And hope we continue to see his growth, and who knows, maybe he can move up, and just keep working at it and seeing where he'll go. And that, and it must be really nice for him to be like teammates with DJ Tampa because those two probably were chopping it up here and there during practice.
yeah. There's so many Iowa State guys in Baltimore now. And then there's so much content on this page, on the football page, because did we show the Emily Ryan picture when she was at practice?
I don't think we did, but I mean that's another. I think we might have, but that's another thing that was crazy. Is just the continuation of cyclones across all different sports coming together, and this is one giant family.
Yeah, Cyclone Family is a big one. Speaking of Cyclone Family, as you guys know I live in the Chicagoland area, and I went. There's always the crosstown classic between the Cubs and the White Sox, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear my Iowa State hat today. And man, I got so many Go Cyclones. I got invited to a RV lot tailgate for the Cyhawk game. Just like hearing Go Cyclones so many times, just at a random Cubs and White Sox game is absolutely amazing. I love Cyclone Nation. I really, really do. It's awesome.
Just I'm cracking at this. We just talked about Halliburton getting engaged. This tweet I'm reading it says the Winter Soldier makes it official. Dude, I remember all like the clip of Halliburton, all the snowbuddies. Oh my, oh brother, Doctor Umar was gonna have a field day on this.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny. That's funny, bro.
And then it still also reminds me of when he was getting out of the what was it? It was in Paris after the Olympics and they won the gold and he went out to the bar or whatever.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And yeah, a lot of other football and okay, this one's off topic, but have you watched the Happy Gilmore 2 by any chance?
No, I heard mixed reviews about it. What'd you think?
I've so far have like haven't fully watched it yet, but from what I've seen, it's not too bad. Like yeah, it's worse than it is, but yeah, it's not exactly. It's not living up. I mean, a lot of hype around it. It just hasn't lived up to it. But I have to watch the whole thing more and let it age before
Right.
I fully understand like whether I like it like or not.
No, definitely. I have just been, to be honest with you, I am in a my NCAA or college ESPN or EA college football craze because I'm in 5 different dynasty leagues. So
Okay, so what
I've
talking about
been
that? Do you want
playing.
to explain like all your dynasties? Like we might as well talk about that here for a little
Yes,
bit.
we might
Let's
as
go.
well because there's not really much else to talk about. So yes, I am in like 5 different dynasty leagues. So the first one I'm in is we do like a 2-star league, and that's with my boy and all my other friends from out east. So in that one, I'm Northern Illinois. There's an all Big 12 one in the group in like a Big 12 group chat I'm in, with other Big 12 burners. So that's a Big 12 one. Let's see. I do my own, so that's what 3, 4, and then we're doing a big league one, which I chose Iowa State. So in 4 out of the 5 I'm Iowa State, and one I'm Northern Illinois. The 2-star one is actually pretty fun because obviously with 2-star teams, each team has their weakness. But what we're trying to do with that one is that depending on how long you stay at your group of 5 school, you're trying to get hired by like a Power 5 school. So it's a fun way to build a program up.
Ooh. Okay, let's see here. I think I saw this from there was this one thing where it talked about like your Big 12 game of each week. So I
Oh
found this
yeah, let's
off
talk about that.
College Football Live. Yeah, College Football Live, and we could kind of talk about these a little bit because I mean there are some really interesting matchups here. This doesn't count week 0, but we obviously know for us we choose Farmageddon because we was Farmageddon, so we're gonna obviously go with that. So yeah, our most exciting game for week 0 is Farmageddon. But here, this is from College Football Live, and they put out their list of the most exciting games in the Big 12 conference for each week. So looking down the list here, week 1 will be TCU versus North Carolina. Week 2 will be the Cyhawk game. Week 3 will be the Backyard Brawl. Week 4 will be Arizona State at Baylor. 5 will be TCU at Arizona State. 6 will be Kansas. Week 6 will be Kansas State at Baylor. 7 will be Arizona State at Utah. 8 will be the Holy War. Week 9 will be the Sunflower State Showdown. Week 10 will be the rematch of the Big 12 Conference Championship game. Week 11 will be BYU traveling to Lubbock. Week 12 will be Utah traveling to Waco. Week 13 will be BYU traveling to Cincy, and week 14 will be Iowa State traveling to Stillwater.
Man, I mean, you look at week 4, and I think that week 4 is gonna tell us a lot about Baylor and Arizona State, honestly, because both of these guys are expected to be contenders, realistic contenders in this year's Big 12. So, I mean, if Arizona State comes in and they decisively beat Baylor on the road in Waco, then Arizona State, we're gonna have to. Is there gonna be a problem again? But if Baylor wins this game, watch out for Baylor because Baylor has a really really tough matchup with K State 2 weeks after that in Week 6 at home. So I mean, and then you just look at Week 5. Arizona State has back to back tough games facing TCU at home, which has a very very explosive offense. So there could be points galore in that one. And then K State Baylor could be very very interesting because I feel like in this one, depending on what K State does in Week 0, if they lose to us or not, that could be a game that has Big 12 title implications early in the year. So it's going to be interesting to see at least these first few weeks. A lot of these matchups, at least when you look at weeks 4 through 6, conference wise, they stand out to me. What about you?
Yeah, I think I was looking at weeks 4 through 6 instantly because those first few weeks in conference play are really going to set the tone for who
Mm-hmm.
will be contending, who is a pretender, and who could potentially uh a dark horse candidate to make a run possibly to Arlington. But somewhere else I'd look at is let's say see like later in the year the matchup between Iowa State and Arizona State to see where those two teams are coming into November, depending on the rest of the season goes. Then you also have the two rivalries with the Holy War and the Sunflower State Showdown. Really curious to see what all four of those teams will end up in back to back weeks for Utah because there is some hype that Utah could possibly like get back to the pedigree they were in the Pac-12 a couple years ago. Obviously, they had a really injury-riddled year last year, going 4-8, but it looks like the noise and the hype is still around Utah in some way, shape, or form, and this 2 week stretch for them could really it'd be a midseason check to see whether Utah is at that form they need to be in or has things gone wrong once again in Salt Lake City.
I mean, if it wasn't for Arizona State Baylor being the same week as Texas Tech at Utah, I mean, we could really say that Week 4 that could be the game of the week in the Big 12. If it wasn't for Arizona State Baylor. Baylor's been getting a lot of preseason hype, and Arizona State's the defending Big 12 champion. But I'm really really excited for that matchup because I like for both those teams. Like with Tech, like if they're able to go on the road and get a win in Rice Echo Stadium against Utah, we'll find Tech might be actually be a player in this year's Big 12. So we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, and you mentioned week 4. I mean, take a look at some of these. The matchups you mentioned: Arizona State, Baylor, Texas Tech, Utah. I'm curious about this West Virginia Kansas matchup because
Kansas had that game in hand last year in Morgantown, and they just blew their opportunity.
I think you quoted this earlier. You said that was Kansas's year in hell when they just could not put like a game together. Like they could not win a game late with the lead for that
Uh
like
huh.
that stretch in the year. So yeah, I mean, this might be possible that Kansas could possibly get this one back. And I mean, I'm curious to see where West Virginia is with Rich Rodriguez back at the helm.
Yeah, definitely.
Rich Rod football, dear God.
Uh,
Dude, you just
it's
know every Rich Rod there. The only thing I can remember is the time like West Virginia had that 2007 year, and then they lose to Pitt in the backyard brawl. Oh no.
they were solid, like because like up until then, they were the team in the Big East.
Mhm.
2000, like it was them, Louisville, Cincinnati, some years, Rutgers when they were going. So it was mainly those teams, and then USF will pop off a little bit, and then I'm trying to think who else was in that conference. But it was fun because they used to rule weeknights, mostly Thursday night games. That's when the Big East games would come on, and nice little ranked matchup. Um, One game that stands out in my mind was like Louisville versus Rutgers, and Rutgers upset them on Thursday night on ESPN. So, like 2000, that's the nostalgia that I have. That's why I sort of want to bring. That's why I want to bring Louisville and Pittsburgh and Virginia Tech to the Big 12, because then that way you can have partners for West Virginia, as well as, hey, maybe you can move to back to Thursday nights and have those type of matchups.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I think we mentioned TCU Arizona State. That's a Friday night game. So, I think I heard on Williams and Bloom yesterday that Jake Brand might be in the RV lot watching this game. So I might pop out to that, honestly.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that
I've been to the We Will RV quite a bit, so they recognize my face. So that'd be really cool to do. Go to RV lots on a Friday night just to watch the football. And
might as well.
yeah, because I'm curious to see when that Arizona Iowa State game will kick off. Because if it's good enough, I can just go there, and then we'll see what happens. There's some other matchups, just real quick. I'm just going through like kind of the conference schedule as a whole, and just
No, that's fine. We can do that.
let's see here. West Virginia, West Virginia traveling to BYU on a Friday night.
Ooh, Friday night in Provo with a new coach.
Yeah, wait, like how we say weird things happen to Morgantown. Weirder things happen in Lavelle Edwards Stadium at night.
Provo at night is a nightmare.
Kansas State could testify that firsthand. Because that still
Yeah,
puzzled me how BYU just beat up on Kansas State the way BYU did. That was still surprising. That was probably one of the wildest results of last year's Big 12, and I think that set the tone for what the Big 12 was. Just a conference of you never know what's going to happen because you think one thing will happen and then the other does.
I mean, you called it the Conference of Chaos in our schedule prediction show, so that's exactly what it is. It's a Conference of Chaos.
Yep. Let's just see here. I'm just going down. There's a lot more. I think we mentioned Arizona State, Utah could be interesting. Kansas, Texas Tech could certainly be interesting.
Real quick, just a break from the schedule. Another thing in Big 12 news, and as soon as we talk about this, we'll get back to the schedule. Also, just a congratulations uh, to Colorado head coach Deion Sanders for beating cancer. He had to get his bladder removed, and that's what the press conference was about today, because there were fears that he might not be able to coach again at Colorado, but he was able to beat cancer, and that he is officially cancer free. So congratulations, and he's a warrior for fighting cancer, because cancer sucks, man.
Mhm.
I had an aunt who who died from breast cancer like way back when I was a kid. But yeah, cancer stinks. But I'm so glad that he's still here with us and that he's going to be able to coach this season.
Yeah, I think that was the big thing out of the weekend. Obviously, the uncertainty that Deion Sanders was going to continue coaching Colorado with the cancer. Yeah, because I think it was a tumor in his bladder, which
Hmm.
that does not sound. That does not sound like a pleasant time. The cancer never sounds. Cancer sucks, and especially when it's like somewhere where it's like a very important or vital organ. Those are
Yeah.
not what you want to hear. But glad to see that underwent medical procedures to get that removed, and it looks like
Hmm.
he's in good spirits now. With like with Dion being back in Colorado, I'm pretty sure there might be something extra. I think that's going to be something extra for the Colorado team because now
I
like that's going
agree.
to
Yeah,
connect them even more because now they knew their head coach was fighting cancer, got and fought through it and won his battle. So now I think the players and the staff are going to be a lot like they're going to have that extra layer of motivation to play for Deion Sanders.
definitely. But yeah, we can with that. I just wanted to share that. But yeah, we can get back to the We can get back to the
Yep.
schedule, and
So yeah.
because there were this conference schedule this year is amazing.
Mhm. So yeah, week 7. Taking a look here, I mentioned Kansas, Texas Tech. Really could see that one being a barn burner. Arizona State, Utah. I expect that one to be a barn burner, and then TCU at Kansas State.
Mm, now
Rematch of
that
the
could be a
yep.
sneaky one.
hmm Rematch of the 2022 Big 12 championship game.
Uh-huh. And if you remember that regular season game down in Fort Worth in 2022 was an instant classic. Really, Kansas State was up by a lot in that game, and then TCU came back to win.
That year was just TCU's year, just to win close games.
It was. It's absolutely amazing.
And then week 8, we saw earlier the Holy War, Texas Tech, Arizona State's another great game to look out for. You got the rivalry as well with Baylor at TCU. Let's see here. Then we go past that. On to week 9, got homecoming for Iowa State, the Sunflower State Showdown, an old Pac-12 matchup with Colorado. And we get like, and this is in the like spooky season because this will be the day after Halloween. So, Texas Tech traveling to Bill Snyder to take on the Wildcats. Another old,
That's gonna be a great
yep,
game.
another old Pac-12 matchup. Arizona traveling to Colorado. Cincinnati at Utah. Oklahoma State, Kansas. That nothing too crazy. Quite the bye weeks it looks like for the Big 12. Yeah, it looks like quite a few teams are on the bye week. Week 11.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah. Second week 12. All right, we're staying a bye, so this could be just a nice bit of relaxation. Squad Utah Baylor, a late season matchup that could have Big 12 title implication.
TCU and BYU could definitely be interesting as well.
Kansas Iowa State, obviously a lot like in that one. Just the feeling for Iowa State is one to be able to beat Kansas, just get that monkey off the back, having lost 3 straight to the Jayhawks, lost 2 or 3 like to Jalen Daniels, and then you forget that that 23 matchup that actually was with Jason Bean at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That rings a bell.
I was at that game. Oh, that game was so wacky.
Yeah, it was, but I mean that was just wacky football, and this was like still trying to figure things out, but we had figured things out, and I think this was just like kind of one of those years where it's like you have to figure things out because a lot of things got thrown your way. But that Kansas State Utah matchup, really curious to see if this could be possibly an eliminator
Right.
for either of these teams, or maybe even both if the cards fall right for both teams.
Yeah, there is a hold on, wait 1 second. There is a game I want to talk about. I think does Baylor play anybody in the last week that's good? Because I think that this Arizona game is the ultimate trap game for them.
Looking at their schedule, Utah will be before they travel to Arizona.
That could be a massive letdown. Look, that okay, yes. Now that Arizona game is a letdown look ahead for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like
It's a
you put
massive
all,
letdown.
yeah, because you put all your like you possibly could like look at a Utah like that Utah game, and then you go to Tucson. Because who knows? Maybe Arizona, at this point, could figure things out. Looking at their schedule here, but their bulk looks like is the front end. Well, actually, Arizona will also have that Arizona State game looking ahead. So who knows? This could be both a letdown and like this could be a trap game, but also look ahead for Arizona.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they got the duel in the desert, and then we get to rivalry week. Very interesting that they put Kansas at 11 a.m. on a Black Friday. Huh?
that's interesting. Utah's going to be an upset other than that one in Lawrence.
Yeah, this Kansas squad. I don't know what to expect with Jalen Daniels back in the helm the and with the way Lance Leipold's been coaching the team.
I mean, I think they're going to be like 7-5, so they're probably going to be like 6-5 coming into that game. And if they get like a huge win over Utah, if Utah's good, this
Yeah,
that could like cement their season.
yeah. I think at Texas Tech though could be a huge one for them as well.
Honestly, though, if you look, let's look at the schedule. They're at Fresno State, Wagner, Mizzou. If they beat Mizzou and West Virginia, and they cut, and they can look like because if you look at their first 6 games, it's not really out of the question to say that they could come out of that 5-1 or 6-0 by the time they go to Lubbock. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, that border war, I'm really excited to see because that will be the first time in like however many years it was. Because I still remember that 2007 border war where Kansas was looking to go to the national championship and Mizzou spoiled the riches.
And then they did it the next year to Mizzou.
So the border war is just like something just exciting to look out for.
I'm glad it's back.
Oh yeah, it's always a fun time in basketball, but man, it being in football, yeah. And we mentioned that 6-0 start. Yeah, after that they got to deal with traveling to Lubbock, hosting the Sunflower State Showdown, then hosting Oklahoma State, then at
Yeah, the end
then
of the year is brutal.
yeah, because who knows like what Mike Gundy could be up to? Like with Mike Gundy, I think a lot is being written off, but who knows? I don't know. This could be potentially his last year. It wouldn't be out of the question, but somehow, some way, if somehow, some way, Mike Gundy pulls it off once again, we could be looking at a pretty solid Oklahoma State
I
squad. But
mean, and usually I'm with you. I just don't know if he has the team to do that.
yeah,
I like
I
in other years, yeah, I'd be with you, but
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think his coaching is still there, but yeah, that team. It comes down to if the team can live up to what Mike Gundy is known for in his coaching, how he
Right.
coaches guys. So this could be. So then at Arizona, what's your gauge on this Arizona squad?
I don't know. Let's look at their schedule. I don't know if they're really gonna be any good. Like honestly, because I think that whole thing is a train wreck. I mean, yeah, they have Fafita back, and they got some decent things in the portal, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough, man. Like they have to they got to win the first 2 games. They have to win the first 2 games
Yeah,
and then see what happens against K State because you host K State at home, depending what K State's psyche is. Because I mean, K State is going to come in and they're going to be battle tested. They're going to be playing Iowa State and then they're going to be playing Army. So like Army will wear you down, and if you're not careful, they could upset you. So who knows what K State will be in this game?
yeah, and then add on to that, traveling to Ames for the first time, and then you're hosting BYU. And I'm not sure where BYU will stand, given like who their quarterback's going
Uh,
to be. So what have to look up for that situation. Colorado could be sneaky though. Colorado could be sneaky. They've got some guys over there in Boulder, and then end
don't
your
forget about
season.
Houston.
Houston. Houston could be a sneaky middle of the pack bowl eligible team.
Yeah, I think Willie Fritz has been good in his second years at places. So watch out for the Cougs.
Yeah, and then to end the year hosting Baylor, and then you're at Arizona State. So just very surprising. Like just to take some looks at like some teams in the Big 12, and as we continue to count down the days,
Yeah. So yeah, with that, guys, we thank you for tuning in to the Believe in Iowa State podcast. Today, we just wanted to show talk about just some stuff that's been going on in the Iowa State space. More football stuff will be coming out in the next few days, and also I'm about to say 2 weeks from today, we'll be doing our first game preview show with the guys from Bosco's Boys K State podcast. So we're going to be doing a Farmageddon podcast in 2 weeks, mainly because the host of Bosco's Boys is going to be going to Dublin as well as I am. So we're going to be doing our show about a week earlier than what we should. So make sure you guys tune in for that Monday night at 6 p.m. for that. I'll give you all the details as soon as things get closer. Also, just be prepared. We were able to secure about 8 or 9 guests. So look forward to a more in-depth look at all the teams on the schedule coming up this season. So thank you guys for tuning in to Believe in Iowa State podcast. A few things before we go. We are a top 15 sports podcast in the state of Iowa. We're also a top 40 most listened to podcast in the state of Iowa. So, state of Iowa listeners, Thank you guys for listening. To everybody else who supports, mm, we appreciate you more than you ever know. Um, Here is Cody. Find him at Matt Campbell Impersonator. Cody, what are you talking about?
I'm mostly hyped for this for basketball season, and Jamarin Bateman has been looking great. He's been
That's what I
looking good
heard.
in camp, and I'm ready for him to make a huge impact. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts alongside Taman Lipsey.
Ooh, bold prediction. I like it. I like it. Follow me on Twitter at Side Tie Guy. What I'm talking about, yeah, the defense is actually looking pretty good, and the Cowboys team is looking together than it has in years. So I'm actually pretty excited about the Cowboys season coming up. I mean, the White Sox are, they're still bad, but they're fun bad. Like they put up a fight against the Cubs. And I mean, at least Friday's game, the game that they won, sort of gave me a glimpse into what the future could possibly be.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
but hey, you aren't the Rockies, so everything will be fine.
Oh yeah, we aren't the Rockies, so they're gonna break our loss record. So thank the Lord.
That's still nuts how they somehow could break your loss record, so you won't even have you only have like the White Sox won't even be the worst team in the modern era because
Dude,
like
I was
everybody
talking
thinks
to yeah.
because like it was that was bad, but the Rockies are making you guys look like
Well, them, and then we swept the Pirates, and the Pirates are way worse than us. So
jeez,
we're like the third worst team in the baseball, which I'll take.
the
As
third
long as
worst.
we're not the worst team, I'll
Yeah,
take us being the third worst
let's see.
team, which I'll take.
Honestly, take a look at the rest. Let's see. Well, they aren't too far off from like the Nationals, the Orioles, the A's.
Yeah, the Orioles stink. I don't know what happened to them. They just fell off the face of the earth.
They went from like contending for the AL East crown to whatever happened.
Yeah, I don't even know. They're back to their old ways. Same old Orioles.
But they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and now on Twitch at Bleav in ISU 2025. So follow us on there. So thank you guys for your time. For Tyler Carter,
For Cody Vanciolum.
this is a Bleav in Iowa State podcast. Roll clones, baby.
Go Cyclones.